What is up, you amazing people? It is I, Nima, and today I want to talk about a game that was probably overshadowed. See, last week, everyone just talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but there was another game that released, one that maybe was better than that one. Before we get into that, though, I do want to remind you guys to please hit that like and subscribe button. Each and every one of you are just amazing, and all my repeat offenders, I love you guys. I love your interactions. It's fantastic talking to you guys. Anyway, so I think this game, Neon White, is probably a victim of bad marketing and really being cast in the shadow that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because Neon White is a lot of things, and one of the main things that it is a good game. I want to focus a little bit on the aspect of the storytelling, because this is something that really gets overlooked. You see, the game itself looks like a speedrunner's paradise. It looks fast and chaotic and all of those things that we love in those kind of games, but the story itself is very, very deep, and there is a lot of complexity, not only to the story, but to the character building. Your own character is basically told in a story of like almost a JRPG, where you can interact with other neons, and that's what you guys are called. You see, neons are basically sinners. They were in hell. They're given this opportunity to prove their worth to the angels and heavenly creatures by killing other demons. And if you end up killing all the demons and you kill more demons than the other neons, then you're allowed to stay in heaven. But it's a competition where only one person can win, and there is a ton of different neons. Now, you happen to be neon white, there's neon violet, neon yellow, and neon red, or just some of your friends. And as you continue to play the game, you have a lot of interactions with them. You understand, like, there is a deep story here. You guys knew each other, and you can do things like find gifts for them in those runs where you're killing demons and give them to them. It'll increase the relationship. You'll also be able to give gifts to other people and have different dialogue options, side quest options. Like I said, this game is so much deeper than what it seems to be. I really didn't even have much thought about getting this game. In fact, it was a friend of mine who convinced me that I should play it, and I'm glad he did. Because, like I said, this game might be better than, well, this might be the best game of the month so far. And I know it looks kind of crazy, and it looks like you have to be super talented to hit these, like, extreme speed runs, but you really don't, honestly. It's amazing what your character can do, and you just kind of follow along. I'm not saying it takes no talent, but what I'm saying is, as I looked at it, I thought this game would be really hard to play, and it's really not that difficult. But I will say that I have replayed some of the levels 10, 15 times, and it was because I chose to. I wanted to rerun the levels. I wanted to find hidden secrets. And the nice thing is you, on average, basically beat a level in about 30 seconds. And so running back through them again and again isn't a big waste of time or anything. In fact, it's become so engaging, you keep doing it and doing it. It's one of the things I really did appreciate about the game is just the replayability. The fact that I actually cared. And that takes a lot, really, to replay the same level a bunch of times because you want to find gifts for the people that you want to get to know better. You actually want to kind of figure out this story a little bit more because the whole thing is really interesting and unique. Now, you also have a hub world where you can interact with other people. There's a bar, there is a place to get your assignments, and there's just a lot of other interactions, as well as the aforementioned assignments where you go out, do your basic quote-unquote speed runs while killing demons and trying to basically end the game, end the competition with the most amount of demon kills. And there is a running clock, so to speak. It was only really, I'd say theoretically running because it only passes when you actually complete the quest. You won't be left it behind, I should say. So every time you complete a quest or a mission, another day passes by. And there's 10 days until Judgment Day. That's what you're told when you first start playing. And each time you finish a mission, which a mission consists of about 10 different like speed runs, demon killing operations, and usually can take maybe about an hour. Depends on how. If you're just looking just to get through it, it probably takes only like 10 minutes. Maybe 20. But if you have some fun and you're kind of challenging yourself, you can take about an hour or so. And once you complete that mission, then another day will go by. You can have interactions with the boss, the one who's giving you the assignments, as well as your other colleagues. And again, this game is just very multi-layered. There's a lot of story here, as well as it just being really fun. The controls are super responsive. The graphics look great, honestly. I was really shocked by how good they look, and definitely by the performance performance, and you need the performance to be high in this game. I actually prefer playing it in handheld mode on the Switch because it really does kind of help you react just a little bit quicker, and you really kind of need to do that. So the gameplay is really broke down in simplicity and complexity all in one. You see, it's a card game, and you're given cards as you defeat enemies, or the cards are just kind of laying there. Now, each card has two basic principles, and that is, if you use it, usually it's used as a weapon, like a gun or something of that nature. Usually a gun. Or you can discard it, and when you discard it, it has a different purpose. Some of them will perform like an ultra stomp. Some will work like a giant grappling hook. There's a whole bunch of different options for all the cards, and each one of these helps you traverse the world. You can kind of see what they are. They're given to you pretty easily, and they give you a nice breakdown of what each does, and you can figure it out by the second, third run, which card you should use and how you should use it. And I promise you, as complex as that sounds, it's actually not that big of a deal. It's pretty easy to be able to run through it. Like, I'm not good at these games. I'm definitely not what I would consider a speedrunner, and I've had no problem at all figuring out which card to use, how to use it, and how to traverse the maps in general. So just to be clear, you still control your character, but you use the cards as abilities, and you're kind of given them as you're running through these maps. It's easy enough, like I said. One thing I don't want to overlook, though, is the writing. That's one thing I should have talked about a little bit earlier. The writing in this game is fantastic. Your character is kind of stoic and dark, but the writing really brings about just a lot of humor and a lot of interactions like you would have in banter you'd have with your friends and stuff now. The vocabulary is really new. I'm just super impressed with the writing. I think it's great. Some of the best I've seen in quite a while. The voice acting is also really good. I think they did a great job with this. And the music just pumping and keeping you moving is also just fantastic. So there's a lot of elements of this game that I think are just really good, and hopefully it's not overlooked. I am in contact with the company. I'm trying to get at least one review code so I can give out to you guys, and hopefully I'm successful with that. But let me know what you guys think. If you've heard about it, if you're thinking about getting it, anything and everything, let me know what you're excited for this week. We've got a lot of videos coming up. Anyway, guys, I truly appreciate you. Like always, I'm wishing you health, wealth, and above all, I hope you're truly happy. I love you guys. Take care.